So the more that I see about the rise of Skywalker, the more convinced I am that this is going to be an utter calamity. I mean, you see this article in front of you, for example, with Kathleen Kennedy feeling that she needs to explain herself when it comes to spoilers in trailers. Would she have done this for other iterations in Star Wars? Oh no, absolutely not. In fact, she was very defiant about that before. But then again, Disney, they seem to be very, very desperate when it comes to headlines, when it comes to buzz and press. And I think they know that a lot of this, it's based on burnout, it's based on the last movie, and there are a lot of fans that are upset by the way that Disney has treated fandom. I mean, when you look at this, you have cast members turning on one another. You have Rian Johnson thrown under the bus. You have J.J. Abrams talking about George Lucas and how the prequels were great and how this is kind of based on them. And now you have Kathleen Kennedy feeling she needs to explain herself. Like I say, it is an utter calamity, and it is well deserved. So hey there, so today you and I are going to take another trip to that big trash fire in a galaxy far, far away. That's right, Disney Star Wars. I mean, we are really, really close to that release date, and the more that I see on this, the more that I am convinced that this is a nightmare when it comes to Disney's side of things. They seem to be in panic mode. They feel that they're trying to do anything they can to get eyes on the movie. And when they do stuff like they're talking about here, with trailers showcasing spoilers, those spoilers, they need to be exciting. I mean, again, if you see stormtroopers flying through the sky, some people might say, oh, wow, that's interesting. Others might remember that first movie that came up, how you had a stormtrooper in there that actually seemed like they were going to mean something. They had combat skills and on, and yet nothing happened with that. It's the same thing with this. You're going to have a lot of shine. You're going to have a lot of that lens flare, but you're not going to have a lot added. Now, add to that, again, that Kathleen Kennedy feels that she needs to explain herself, and I think that says quite a bit here. Now, you have them talk about this, too. You know, Star Wars Rise of Skywalker trailers have revealed two huge plot points: the return of Emperor Palpatine and the appearance of Dark Rey. Now, along with that, we know a lot more about Emperor Palpatine. We also know something about a big baddie that might have actually supposedly been killed in the last stuff. We know so much from these trailers, and yeah, I mean, they are giving away way too much, in my opinion. And that was the focal point, they note, on the conversation with IO9 sat down with Kathleen Kennedy and the Rise of Skywalker's producer. When asked whether it was fair to assume that the marketing campaign around the film has been purposefully less secretive, Kathleen Kennedy answered, I think that is a fair assessment because we're bringing this to a conclusion. Many of the characters that are playing a significant role in the story, the fans know. They don't know how this story is going to unfold, but they know who they are. It's not like Baby Yoda laughing, but we're not revealing something significant like that. And I think that that is important to this story. Yeah, what it says is that people are not as interested. You're trying to get them hooked into something. And well, that doesn't seem to be working out when you have to sit down and explain it to other people. I mean, we also know from other material as well what's going to come up in there. Mary Sue's going to get more powers. You know, stuff like that does not resonate. There was also another article that talked just like this, discussing J.J. Abrams being much more open when it came to this movie versus the earlier iterations. Again, you have Kathleen Kennedy out there saying that's going to be the way we move forward. J.J. Abrams sitting down and explaining himself over and over again. That stuff, like I said, it reeks of desperation. Now, her point, they say, that we don't understand the full context behind these revelations is an important one, but the decision to reveal more details in the lead up to Rise of Skywalker's release is still noteworthy for a franchise that has been notoriously locked down countless details over the years. Kathleen Kennedy spoke to how the decision was made too, and it had a lot to do with harnessing fan management. We're not trying to be coy and unnecessarily clever, and we had a lot of conversations about that. We certainly teased Palpatine, and we arrived at the decision pretty early on, right around Celebration, that we were like, wait a minute, the fans are going to want that. We need to be somewhat more open than we normally would be, because there isn't something to hide here. There's actually something to tantalize everyone with, to let speculation be a part of the conversation. Oh yeah, dragging back the Emperor, that's a smart move. I mean, it only undoes everything that we saw in Episode 6, but hey, Return of the Jedi, what does it matter? Darth Vader just died while doing something, but let's bring that guy back, because all of that was meaningless. Fun times there. And that, she continues, always been such a great thing about Star Wars. It's that the fans get so engaged in that. And we felt that with this story, that should be allowed to happen. Oh man, they're allowing us to engage. Man, isn't that precious? Isn't that precious indeed? Again, they've seen the earnings. They've ticked down all the way to Solo. That has got to worry these people. I would be worried. I mean, I would definitely be worried about this. And Kathleen Kennedy, she seems to be like that. She seems to be saying, please don't fire me. Please don't fire me over these decisions. Please, God, let this thing work out. And you know what? I don't think it will. I don't think that this will work out. Not at the level, again, that Disney wants success to work out at. Sure, they may make their $1 billion, but again, this is the end of the Skywalker era. And well, look at how it's going out. Not with a bang, but with a whimper. And the whimpering, it sounds just like Kathleen. But anyway, you tell me what you think. If you like this kind of content too, you can help us with our interactions, but you just being here definitely says something. These companies, they forgive that too. They think that they can manipulate, they can self-aggrandize. They think that all of this stuff that matters in the end. But you empower endeavors, not them. You have to open your wallet to them. And well, they forgot that. And let them forget that. Now, I don't want to be like them. I never want to be like them. So I want to end this by saying thank you. I appreciate you. Again, you want to help out with interactions? That's great. But you spending time here, that is a precious commodity too. And that is definitely appreciated. So we'll be doing this again soon. And again, thank you. Appreciate you.